We're going to move inside the wing with the suspect.
Copy, moving inside Dwayne, 15.
All right, so I'm going to send you a quick path on it. Do you have any weapons on you?
I don't.
You don't?
I just have a phone in my left pocket.
Okay.
We all compete for attention on social media. For many users, online fame sounds like a dream. I mean, millions of views, dedicated followers, influencer brand deals. And for some, it is a dream. But for an unlucky few, online fame is a nightmare, with few options for escape. They're known as lolcows. You know, LOL, laugh out loud, combined with cow the animal. It's kind of a perfect way to describe those who are milked for laughs, aptly named by the trolls who choose to harass them. This is a story about one of the lolcows, a victim of social media trolling turned into real-life spectacle. His name is Daniel Larson. Welcome to Tales from Under the Bridge. I'm Mason Owens. This is The Trolling of Daniel Larson, Episode 1, Trouble at the Rocky Mountain Showdown.
Yeah, just take your backpack.
You're not gonna fight us, man?
I'm not.
Okay. Let's take your backpack off.
We are gonna put you in cuffs, though, just until we figure out what's going on. Okay?
Okay, and I would like to talk with you guys as well.
Daniel Larson stretches his arms backward as an officer tightens a pair of cuffs around his wrists. As he sits on a ledge against the outer wall of the CU Boulder physics building, Daniel cranes his neck to the side to get a good look at the officer standing next to him.
Copy, I'll put you code 5, 1510.
What's your name,
Side
man?
on you?
It's Daniel Larson.
Daniel Larson.
Okay, that's it. Daniel, how's your YouTube channel going?
Not good.
In fact, his YouTube channel was the reason he found himself in cuffs. Not good indeed. Daniel, while he may not look the part with his worn-out camouflage hoodie and his unkempt tuft of hair, has built himself quite the following online. Across multiple social media accounts and platforms, he has amassed thousands of followers and millions of views since he first began sharing his life as an amateur musician in 2019. His online presence has grown to the point where he's recognized on the street, or in this case, while getting arrested. Daniel isn't a normal influencer, however. The attention he receives from his followers is anything but positive, and he finds himself constantly harassed, manipulated, and ridiculed online and in real life. It's the afternoon of September 16th, 2023, the day of the Rocky Mountain Showdown, where the CU Buffs would take on their longtime rivals, the CSU Rams, in one of the season's most anticipated football games. Just across the street, hundreds of fans gathered to watch the game, but Daniel wasn't there to watch. He was there to sing. He'd been convinced by one or more people posing as CU's head coach, Deion Sanders, who were sending him messages over TikTok, YouTube, and eventually text message, that he was going to be singing the national anthem at the game and giving celebrity interviews all day long. Daniel fell for all of it. In the following audio, obtained from body cam footage, Daniel attempts to explain his side of the story to the police.
Okay, I am supposed to be doing an interview all day today and helping out alongside Deion Sanders. Okay, now the security all day long. So first of all, I was getting bumped around place to place to place. I was at Business Field earlier today because I don't have security on me. I was getting followed by fans, stopped every 2 or 3 feet, and by the time I got to Business Field, they already finished the interview by about 2 minutes. The security lied to me.
After missing the event at the Business Field, Daniel's wild goose chase continued. Trolls continued to send him instructions while posing as Coach Prime and his staff.
So then I'm being told that Deion Sanders moved from him himself through text, that he is down at Folsom Field. So I am going down to Folsom Field. I try to get through security there. I show them the text. I don't have the VIP pass because I couldn't pick it up yesterday. Deion Sanders was supposed to help out with that himself, but if he's in interviews, he's unavailable.
On the surface, it might seem like a relatively harmless prank. Cruel, yeah, but ultimately harmless. The prank? Get Daniel to believe he's been invited to sing at the football game just for him to show up, be embarrassed, and leave. Except he didn't leave. He chose to confront the security guard who was denying him entry.
And they, of course, tried to put hands on me. At that point, I put my hands up to try to block because they told me to just shut up and leave, okay?
Block what?
Block them from, trying to put hands on me to force me to leave, okay? They wanted me to leave the entire campus.
Argus security confirmed with officers that Daniel showed resistance when being escorted out.
Yes.
1507.
Yeah. So he's right around the corner. Someone from athletics asked for this guy to be moved away. We were trying to walk him away, and then he allegedly shoved one of my staff and kicked another one. So.
Who did he shove and kick? Were they around?
They're around. We pulled him away from the individual, but they're just right around the corner, closer to him. Yep.
Fighting with you guys?
Oh yeah. He pushed one of our guys. Struck me. And it's the same guy that he shoved over there. Initially we were calling over there.
Unfortunately for Daniel, neither of them would be particularly forgiving.
So Daniel, so it sounds like, so we got some charges, right? They weren't press charges on you.
Okay.
So you're going to get charged with 2 counts of third-degree assault. So Officer Forsberg is going to take you out to the Boulder County Jail.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, we're giving you.
Those unfamiliar with Daniel might have a hard time believing he would fall for something so outlandish, let alone resort to violence. That's why Dylan Clark, a trucker and musician, who had befriended Daniel just a couple days before, chose not to go with him to the football game that day.
I had met up with him right before he was on his way to the campus when I had met him. So I use public transportation. And I see him regularly on Boulder's public transportation system. I asked him, I said, "Where are you going, Daniel? So, it's good to see you again, blah, blah, blah." He says, "Well, I'm on my way to sing the national anthem for Deion Sanders and Grace Vanderbilt is going to do that." I said, "Okay." And he actually invited me to come with him. I'm like, that's probably not a good idea. I don't have tickets to the game anyway. Game tickets at CU are just astronomical anyway. So I'm not going to go there with some crazy person. And you know what I'm saying?
People who know Daniel or have been watching him online for any extended period of time could have predicted that this was a recipe for disaster. In fact, that's why the trolls responsible did it in the first place. He's something of an easy target. Daniel is experiencing homelessness, he has autism, and he has displayed a concerning level of delusional thinking online. His online content and behavior suggests that he firmly believes that he is a celebrity. All it took was a few trolls posing as CU's Coach Prime to get him to come to the game. Daniel's new acquaintance Dylan had caught glimpses of their plans in action, but chose not to try and convince Daniel to stay out of trouble.
I actually got a moment to just browse through his phone a little bit, because I'd asked him to use his phone to look something up real quick. So my phone at the time was being used for, recording purposes. We were getting ready to shoot this video. And just the amount of text messages this dude is getting from people pretending to be important people, right? So he had 2 Deion Sanderses in his phone. He had 5 LBI Entertainment, Sony, Columbia, all this stuff in his phone. And he's actively texting these people, and these people are actively texting him back, pretending to be important people.
The football game was just the cherry on top for the latest wave of trolling Daniel had been caught up in. During the week leading up to the football game, Daniel had been on the university's campus, fully believing that he'd received a full scholarship to the school. He'd been caught in a wave of trolling, even before the fiasco, at the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Believing that he was a student, Daniel explained to the officer that he thought that gave him the right to be there.
Heard what their side of the story is. I want to get your side of the story.
So there was a major miscommunication.
Okay.
So I am a student here at CU.
Okay.
Deion Sanders.
You're currently enrolled?
I am. So that's part of the issue. I am not enrolled yet,
Okay.
but I did get a full scholarship.
So you're an
from-
applicant
yes.
at this point.
I'm an applicant.
But you
and
don't have a
technic-
Buff 1 card?
I don't have a Buff 1 card because I'm supposed to get that on Monday.
Okay.
Okay. Deion Sanders got me a full celebrity scholarship. Okay. As a student, it pays for 100% tuition. Okay.
Daniel arrived at CU Boulder on September 11th, 2023, and would be arrested at the football game on the 16th of September, just 5 days later. In the meantime, Daniel would fall victim to more pranks at the hands of CU students, who were capitalizing on the fact that he believed he was a student there.
Oh my gosh. He was fully convinced that he was going to be a student, that he was going to live in Arnett Hall, that tomorrow he was going to get his Buff 1 from the Buff 1 office. Yeah, he said he was going to be a communications major, like minoring in film or stuff like that. So he was like really adamant on him being a student.
That's Maya, a freshman at CU and a longtime follower of Daniel's content on TikTok and YouTube. For the past several months, I've been talking to her, Dylan, and others who were with Daniel during his week on campus, in addition to scouring the communities on platforms such as Reddit, Discord, and TikTok that fixate on Daniel. In the following episodes, I'll investigate how Daniel got to this point, what his week on campus was like, and speculate on what the future might look like for Daniel and the trolls who taunt him. I'm Mason Owens, and this is Tales from Under the Bridge, the trolling of Daniel Larson.